In the depths of every human heart lies a battle between who we are and who we could become. We wake up every day, consumed by distractions, driven by fleeting desires, and overwhelmed by emotions we cannot control. But what if I told you that in just 90 days, you could completely change your life? What if you could build an unshakable foundation of self-control and fortitude that no external circumstance could ever disturb? Stoicism, the ancient philosophy of strength and resilience, shows us that the power to shape our destiny has always been within us. It is not in the world, nor in other people, but within our own hearts and minds. The key to unlocking that power lies in focusing on one thing, and one thing only: yourself. This path is not for the faint-hearted, nor the weak. It is for those who are willing to take full responsibility for their own lives, to rise above the chaos, and to master their own thoughts and emotions. In this journey, we are not looking for a quick fix or temporary pleasure. What we seek is transformation, something deeper, something lasting. Today, we will explore how you can become the master of your own fate, how you can change the trajectory of your life in just 90 days by focusing on your mind, your actions, and your response to the world. But remember, this is not a promise for the lazy. This is for those who are willing to put in the work. Are you ready? Let's begin. Number 1, the power of self-control. Taming the beast within. The first step to changing your life in 90 days is mastering the art of self-control. The world with its endless distractions wants to pull you in 1,000 different directions. But those who achieve greatness, those who shape their own destiny, are those who are able to hold themselves back from the temptations of the world and focus on what truly matters. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This is the heart of self-control, understanding that while we may not be able to control what happens to us, we always have power over how we react. Emotions like anger, jealousy, and fear are not merely feelings. They are impulses that can be controlled. It is in mastering these emotions that we find freedom. To focus on yourself means to focus on your reactions, your mindset, and your discipline. Every time you resist the urge to react impulsively, you build a muscle. Every time you choose rational thought over emotional outbursts, you are one step closer to mastering yourself. This is not an easy path. It requires constant vigilance and practice. But as Marcus Aurelius taught us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. In the next 90 days, challenge yourself. When anger rises, breathe deeply and ask yourself, is this reaction necessary? When fear takes hold, pause and say, what can I control in this moment? Slowly, you will begin to see a shift. Your power will grow. Not because you've become more powerful in the physical sense, but because you've gained control over the one thing that truly matters, yourself. Number 2, fortitude in the face of adversity. Embrace the struggles. To transform your life in 90 days, you must develop a deep sense of fortitude. In a world that promises comfort and ease, Stoicism teaches us that it is only through adversity that we grow stronger. We cannot become the people we are meant to be by avoiding challenges or seeking comfort. True growth happens when we confront our difficulties with resilience. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." This is a critical principle to embrace. When the storms of life hit, whether in your career, relationships, or health, your reaction will define who you become. Do you choose to break under pressure, or do you choose to stand firm, grounded in the knowledge that challenges are the very things that forge strength? Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to build fortitude. The next time you encounter a setback, a failure, or a hardship, instead of retreating, lean in. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to become stronger? By doing so, you turn every hardship into a tool for your growth. Remember the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In the next 90 days, start small. When things go wrong, instead of succumbing to frustration, step back and remind yourself that every challenge is an opportunity to build your inner strength. With every trial, you will become more resilient, more capable, and more prepared for what lies ahead. Number 3, the art of detachment. Free yourself from external validation. One of the most powerful lessons Stoicism offers is the ability to detach from the opinions of others. In a world where we constantly seek validation, approval, and recognition from those around us, Stoicism teaches us to release ourselves from this dependency. Our self-worth should never be dictated by the fleeting judgments of others. Instead, it must be anchored in the understanding of who we truly are and what we stand for. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the opinion of others is not worth a single thought if it is not aligned with our own principles. This idea is at the heart of Stoic philosophy, recognizing that the approval of others is not only unreliable, but ultimately irrelevant to our inner peace. We waste precious time and energy when we chase after external validation. It robs us of our autonomy and keeps us bound to forces outside of our control. To truly focus on yourself in the next 90 days, you must begin to detach from this need for external approval. This doesn't mean that you should disregard the opinions of others completely, but rather, it means that you must learn to value your own judgment above all else. The more you free yourself from the need for others' opinions, the more you reclaim your power. In practical terms, this means being mindful of the time and energy you spend on seeking praise or fearing criticism. Each time you find yourself worrying about what someone else thinks, pause and remind yourself that their opinion is their problem, not yours. This practice will slowly free you from the weight of unnecessary expectations and empower you to act according to your own values and principles. Number 4, embrace the present moment. Time is your most precious resource. In the journey of self-transformation, one of the greatest mistakes we make is spending too much time dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. We cannot change what has already occurred, and the future is always uncertain. The only moment in which we truly have control is the present. The Stoics were keenly aware of this truth. Seneca famously said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." The act of worrying about a future that has not yet arrived, or rehashing a past that cannot be undone, only steals away the precious time we have right now. Each moment is a gift, and it is only through embracing the present that we can fully unlock our potential. To focus on yourself in the next 90 days means letting go of the weight of the past and the uncertainty of the future. Every time you find yourself spiraling into regret over past mistakes or anxiety about what lies ahead, remind yourself that the present is all that you have. You can take action now, in this moment, to shape your life. Do not allow the past to dictate your future. Instead, take responsibility for the here and now, for it is in the present that true change happens. Take a deep breath. Be still for a moment. This is the time to act. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, but today. By focusing on the present, you unlock the power to make meaningful changes that will last. In the next 90 days, practice living in the moment. When your mind begins to wander to things you cannot control, gently guide it back to the present. You will find that this simple practice alone will bring a sense of peace and purpose. Number 5, cultivating inner peace. The power of acceptance. The path to lasting transformation is not always about doing more. It's often about doing less. Specifically, it's about learning to accept what cannot be changed. When we resist reality, when we fight against circumstances that are beyond our control, we only create unnecessary suffering for ourselves. The Stoics understood this deeply, and their teachings revolve around finding peace by accepting the things we cannot alter. As Epictetus put it, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. When we stop battling the world and start accepting it for what it is, we free ourselves from the chains of frustration, resentment, and regret. This does not mean we become passive or indifferent to life's challenges. Rather, it means we cultivate the wisdom to know what is within our power to change and what is not. In the next 90 days, practice the art of acceptance. When things don't go as planned, instead of resisting, pause and ask yourself, what can I control here? If the answer is nothing, then let go. Embrace the situation as it is, knowing that it is part of the grand design of life. By accepting reality as it is, you free yourself from the emotional turmoil that comes with wanting things to be different. And in doing so, you find the inner peace that is essential for true transformation. Acceptance is not weakness, it is strength. It is the strength to understand that not everything will go your way, but your peace and happiness are not dependent on external circumstances. They come from within, and once you realize this, you unlock the deepest power to live in harmony with the world around you. Number 6, the importance of wisdom. Learn to think clearly. True transformation requires more than just emotional control and strength. It also requires wisdom, the ability to think clearly, to make decisions based on reason rather than emotion, and to align your actions with your higher purpose. Wisdom, as the Stoics taught, is not merely the accumulation of knowledge, but the application of knowledge in every decision, every moment of your life. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This is the essence of Stoic wisdom. It's not enough to know what is right. You must live by it. Wisdom allows you to recognize the difference between what you can change and what you must accept. It helps you see through the illusions of the world, cutting away distractions and false beliefs that only hinder your growth. In the next 90 days, commit yourself to seeking wisdom in every aspect of your life. Read the works of the Stoics, challenge your assumptions, and practice mindfulness in your daily decisions. When faced with a choice, ask yourself, what is the rational thing to do? How can I act in alignment with my highest principles? By training your mind to think clearly and make wise decisions, you will unlock the power to change your life from the inside out. Wisdom is not an innate gift, but a skill to be honed over time. It requires introspection, study, and consistent application. With every step you take towards wisdom, you will find yourself becoming more aligned with your true self and more capable of navigating the challenges life presents. Number 7, the practice of virtue. Acting with integrity. At the heart of Stoicism lies the practice of virtue. Virtue is the foundation upon which all other aspects of a transformed life are built. It is not enough to merely think about change. You must embody it through your actions. The Stoics believed that true happiness and fulfillment could only be achieved by living a virtuous life, acting in accordance with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. As Epictetus reminded us, first, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Virtue is not just a set of ideals or abstract concepts. It is something that must be put into practice every single day. It is the commitment to live with integrity, to act in alignment with your highest values, regardless of the circumstances. When you live virtuously, you align yourself with your true nature and become unshaken by external events. In the next 90 days, focus on cultivating virtue in all that you do. Ask yourself with every decision, is this in line with my highest values? Am I acting with integrity, even when no one is watching? It is through the small, consistent actions of virtue that you will create a foundation for lasting change. Over time, these virtuous habits will shape your character, and you will find yourself living a life of true meaning and purpose. Virtue is not always easy. It requires courage, especially in moments of difficulty. But it is precisely in those moments, when you face adversity, that virtue shines brightest. By committing to the practice of virtue, you will not only transform your own life, but become a guiding light for those around you. Number 8, the power of reflection. Learn from your actions. Self-transformation doesn't happen overnight. It happens through consistent effort and self-reflection. As we go through life, we often act impulsively, driven by emotion or habit, without fully considering the consequences of our actions. The Stoics, however, believed that true growth comes from constant reflection and evaluation. To focus on yourself means to regularly look inward, to evaluate your actions, your thoughts, and your behavior, and to correct course when necessary. As Marcus Aurelius said, the unexamined life is not worth living. This simple yet profound truth calls us to be mindful of our actions and to take time at the end of each day to reflect on what we have done. By doing so, we can learn from our mistakes and celebrate our successes. This practice of daily reflection allows us to make course corrections in real time, ensuring that we remain aligned with our highest purpose and values. In the next 90 days, commit to the practice of daily reflection. Take time each evening to ask yourself, what did I do well today? Where did I fall short? How can I improve tomorrow? Write down your thoughts, learn from them, and apply the lessons moving forward. By doing this, you will not only learn more about yourself, but you will also become more intentional in your actions. With each reflection, you will inch closer to the person you are meant to be. Reflection is a tool for growth. It allows you to continuously refine your character, strengthen your resolve, and stay true to your path. In this process, you will find the clarity needed to make meaningful changes and ultimately transform your life. Number 9, the will to persist. Never stop improving. Transformation is not a destination, it is a journey. A journey that requires unwavering persistence. There will be times in your life when you feel exhausted, when progress seems slow, or when the weight of the world feels too heavy to bear. In those moments, the true test of your character will be revealed. Will you give up, or will you continue pushing forward no matter the obstacles in your way? As Seneca once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." To master yourself, you must develop the will to persist, even when the road is hard and the end seems distant. True success comes not from avoiding failure, but from learning to rise every time you fall, from moving forward despite setbacks, and from remaining committed to your path, even when it feels like everything is against you. In the next 90 days, remind yourself that persistence is the key to transformation. Every time you face a setback or obstacle, do not see it as a reason to quit, but as an opportunity to strengthen your will. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this challenge to become stronger? When the journey gets difficult, keep moving forward. When doubts arise, remind yourself that every step you take brings you closer to your goal. The will to persist is what separates those who succeed from those who fail. It is not talent, luck, or circumstance that determines your success. It is your determination to keep going, no matter what. In the next 90 days, develop this will to persist. No matter how tough the journey gets, never stop improving. With each day, you will become more disciplined, more focused, and closer to the life you desire. Number 10, the strength of gratitude. Appreciate what you have. In the pursuit of personal transformation, it is easy to get caught up in the desire for more success, more wealth, more recognition. However, one of the most powerful practices in Stoic philosophy is gratitude. It may seem simple, but learning to appreciate what you already have can profoundly change the way you experience life. Gratitude does not just change how we feel about the world, it changes how we engage with it. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, frequently reminded himself to be grateful for what he had. He would say, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By focusing on what is good and meaningful in your life, you shift your attention away from what is lacking. This practice allows you to find contentment even in the most difficult circumstances. The Stoics understood that happiness does not come from external circumstances. It comes from within, from the mindset you cultivate and the gratitude you express. In the next 90 days, practice daily gratitude. Each day, reflect on the things you are thankful for, no matter how small they may seem. Whether it's the simple act of being alive, the people in your life, or the lessons you've learned from hardship, take time to appreciate them. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is wrong to what is right, from lack to abundance. It reminds you that even in the darkest times, there is always something to be thankful for. Gratitude brings clarity. It strengthens the heart and mind, allowing you to face the world with renewed energy and a sense of peace. By cultivating gratitude, you will deepen your inner strength, making it easier to stay focused on your path to transformation. Conclusion: your journey of transformation begins now. In the next 90 days, you will face countless challenges, and there will be moments when it seems easier to give in, to let go of the effort, and to accept defeat. But the Stoics have shown us a different way, a way of self-control, resilience, and inner strength. The principles we've discussed are not just ideals to ponder. They are tools to help you build the life you deserve. They require action, persistence, and a willingness to transform your mindset. Change does not come from waiting for the right moment. It comes from seizing the present moment and choosing to act in accordance with your highest values, no matter the circumstances. You have the power within you to overcome every obstacle, to turn every hardship into an opportunity and to shape your life into something meaningful and fulfilling. Remember that the Stoics believed that we are not victims of our circumstances, but masters of how we respond to them. As you embark on this 90-day journey, take each lesson to heart, build fortitude in the face of adversity, detach from the need for external validation, embrace the present, and reflect on your actions. Cultivate wisdom and virtue, and above all, persist through every challenge with an unwavering commitment to self-improvement. As you begin this transformation, keep in mind the words of Seneca. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. The next 90 days will pass, whether you are actively transforming or not. So make this time count. Use it to become the person you are meant to be, a person of strength, wisdom, and virtue. The power to change your life is in your hands. Focus on yourself, and in doing so, you will not only transform your life, but also the world around you. Your journey begins now. If you found these Stoic principles valuable and you're ready to take charge of your own transformation, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Modern Stoic for more insights on how to live a life of wisdom, self-control, and fortitude. We're all on this journey together. Let's support each other as we strive to become the best versions of ourselves. Drop a comment below and share your thoughts or your own journey with us. Let's build a community of people committed to self-improvement, one step at a time. Remember, the power to change your life is in your hands. Start today and transform tomorrow.